Imagine a city where the right to own a car can cost more than the car itself. Welcome to Singapore, where a simple Honda City comes with a $90,000 permission slip called the COE. I'm about to show you how one small island nation turned traffic management into a $6.5 billion industry, and why economists around the world are calling it genius. Welcome to Cape Capital, your economic superhero, where we decode the hidden economic concepts of our world. Here's how it works. Twice a month, Singapore holds a lottery. Nearly 2,000 hopefuls bid for just 1,250 certificates. But unlike a lottery, this required strategy and deep pockets. The highest unsuccessful bid sets the market price. Pure auction drama that can make or break your car buying dreams.
Here's where it gets interesting from an economist's perspective. The COE is what economists call a Pigouvian tax, from famous economist Arthur Pigou. When you drive, you create traffic congestion and pollution. These are costs that society pays, not you personally. The COE forces you to internalize these external costs.
Let me show you how this works on a graph. Your marginal private cost, what you normally pay, is lower than the marginal social cost, what society actually pays. The COE acts like a wedge, pushing your private cost up toward the social cost, reducing the total number of cars to what economists call the social optimum. This is textbook market correction in action. But the prices? Absolutely wild. In 2010, you could snag a Category B COE for $25,000. By 2013, that same certificate cost $98,000. Then it crashed to $32,000 in 2018, only to rocket back to a record $119,600 in July 2025. That's a 380% increase in just 7 years, making COE certificates highly volatile.
And here's the kicker. It's just not about managing traffic. It's also about generating serious money. In 2024 alone, Singapore generated $6.5 billion from COE sales.
That's 9% of the government's entire revenue. And every single dollar gets reinvested into public transport infrastructure. It's like turning traffic problems into subway funding. But owning the car is just the beginning. Singapore pioneered electronic road pricing (ERP) way back in 1998. Think of it as surge pricing for roads. Want to drive downtown during rush hour? That will cost you extra. The system adjusts prices every 5 minutes based on real-time congestion. And it works. Average speeds jumped from 22 to 29 kilometers per hour. The results speak for themselves. While Singaporeans lose just 63 hours annually to traffic, Bengaluru drivers waste 132 hours. That's over 3 full working weeks stuck in gridlock. Time is money, and Singapore figured out how to buy it back. Meanwhile, public transport in Singapore handles 7.5 million trips daily, with a 93% peak hour modal share.
You might ask, why not just build more roads? Here's the thing. Singapore is an island with finite land. You can't expand indefinitely when you are dealing with one of the world's highest population densities. Price, not pavement, becomes the rationing mechanism. It's supply and demand at the most fundamental level.
The success hasn't gone unnoticed. London launched its congestion charge in 2003, directly inspired by Singapore's model. Stockholm followed in 2007. New York approved its central business district tolling program. Cities from Jakarta to Mumbai are studying Singapore's playbook, asking the same question: could this work here? Now, critics argue this creates a two-tier society: those who can afford cars and those who can't. $119,000 COE represents 2 years' salary for median income Singaporeans. But here's the counter argument. Without the COE, everyone would be crawling through traffic, regardless of income. It's a classic trade-off between equity and efficiency.
What's brilliant about the Singapore model is that it's self-reinforcing. COE revenue funds better public transport, which reduces the need for cars, which allows to further raise up COE prices, and which in turn allows more revenue funding into transport infrastructure. This is a virtual cycle which economists dream about, where good policy creates its own momentum.
By 2026, Singapore will launch ERP 2.0, a satellite-based system that eliminates physical gantries entirely. Every car gets a GPS device that charges road usage anywhere, anytime. It's like having a smart city that thinks 3 steps ahead of its traffic. And when the data showed that vehicle mileage dropped 6% while rail networks expanded 18%, Singapore responded by injecting 20,000 additional COEs into the market in 2024, the first supply increase in over 20 years. That's evidence-based policymaking at its finest.
What Singapore has achieved isn't just traffic management, it is social engineering. They have created a society where car ownership is a conscious choice, not an assumption.
Families debate whether they need a second car. Young professionals choose homes near MRT stations. The entire urban planning philosophy revolves around public transport accessibility.
So here's my question for you. Would you pay $50,000 to reclaim 100 hours of your life back every year? Could your city stomach a similar system? The COE proves that bold policy requires bold leadership, but the results speak for themselves. Drop your city and your car price threshold in the comments below. Smash that subscribe button if you want to hear more about policies that actually work. And share this video if you believe your city needs streets that actually. Thank you.